Oh, wait.
Hello, every. Oh, I sorry.
Oh, I
Go
thought
ahead,
you were
Allison.
starting with the poem. Hello,
No,
everyone.
Hi. So we are here. Sorry, I'm just so used to like Allison like being like, "Hey, y'all, everybody, welcome to my weekly
I
meltdowns
never start the show
coverage."
like that. I've never said, "Hey, y'all, welcome to my weekly meltdown."
um.
Jeez.
Well, that's
Once again,
that's
proving my point that Tyler does not listen to anything I say.
true.
Add
True.
opening of the
But
show.
yes, we are here to we don't really have an agenda tonight. We're just here to do a little Christmas special to sign off the year here at my weekly meltdown. So we figured, we've been breaking down all the strategy of Big Brother, Survivor, shit going down on the real world. We snoozed through half the year with the challenge, like all this stuff. So we figured we would just like break the ice with some little Christmas holiday spirit. So here we are. We're gonna just kind of like bounce around to different things tonight and everything like that. But to start us off tonight, I wrote a little poem in the style of "Twas the Night Before Christmas," that type of thing. I will preface this by saying I'm not a poet. English was my worst class in high school and college and
Perfect.
everything like that. So, whatever expectations
even
you have,
better.
lower them
them.
even more than you already had anticipated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyler, my expectations for you can't get any lower. So,
That's fine. Hey, the key to happiness is low expectations. I always say that. So
word.
Pessimists are never disappointed.
yeah,
Right.
there you go. All right, so 'twas the show before Christmas. Come celebrate the year with us. We covered great things on MTV, CBS, and Allison's expensive Paramount Plus. We started the year recapping the Challenge 36. The cast was so boring, but we had to persist. We saw Josh cry, he had a short fuse. Beth and Tyler swore he was secretly Candy Muse. After 36 finally ended, Allison felt our show needed more joy, so we did a thorough recap of the award-winning Butt Boy. Then came along a season that was just fine. Just kidding, it was Tyler's favorite, BB Can 9. He says it had the best cast, best feeds. Wait, were Tyshawn and Braden a couple? Who knows? Allison's still stuck on defining a throuple. Beth introduced us to Dragula
Sure.
season 2. We broke down their looks and questioned, is that blood or just goo? While we shared our love for Michael, Freddie, Jason, and Jigsaw, we got some great news. Allison's going to be a grandma. The Real World Homecoming reunited New York and LA, and we learned after all these years, people still act the same way.
Heck
Why
yeah.
can't we get casts like these nowadays, we asked. Then we were thrilled to learn the firing of Robin Cass.
Yeah.
BB23, right? BB23 ushered in a new era. Our eyes got misty when a positive COVID test sent in Claire, not Christy. Her cameo prices were through the roof, and Frenchie's HOH was an all-time goof. We saw the formation of the Cookout, the greatest alliance of all time. Tiffany's game was so good, when she lost, it was a crime. Allison warned us all, don't sleep on Derek F., while Julie's Child of God tangent made us all go, what the F? We then started Survivor 4, dropped the 1, and got a season of Jennifer Coolidge impressions. What fun. Beth loved the twist, stuck up for the new direction. Jeff's yearning for Xander gave the old man an erection. With both Erica and Ricard, Henning smoked the draft. While Rory was out first, we gave him the shaft. Many thanks to our viewers and patrons, for it's you the show makes. We even got cameos from Janelle and Darian Lake. Tyler turned 30 and got a new puppy, while to no one's surprise, Finley got more chubby. Beth moved to New York. She was ready for the big crowd. Allison welcomed our newest family member, Cloud. We wish you a Merry Christmas. May your holiday shine. May your 2022 be as good as BB Can 9.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Any
Tyler.
excuse
you.
to bring up Big Brother Canada Night. Yes, that was great, Tyler. I love
you.
that.
Thank you. I was heavily medicated last night while composing it.
In the words of Laganja Stranja from season 6, she's medicated.
yes.
Medicated.
So I hope you all enjoyed my Twas the Night Christmas. I thought it would just be a fun way to recap just all the good stuff that we've covered this year.
I loved it. And also want to point out everyone in the chat.
Yes.
Sam Higdon, Dolores L. Let's see who else. Dizhan M. Valencia, Pokemon 9, Romero 329. Let's see here. That's Dominic Romero, by the way. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody. That was a very, very sweet poem. I have to say, my expectations have risen 0.2%.
Oh, thank you. Well, my heart grew 3 sizes making this this love letter to my weekly meltdown for this year. So, yeah, I just I like looking back on like all of the stuff that we covered. Like, we did a really great job with just bouncing around like all different types of shows and everything. Considering like, you know, we're still in this like transition of like pandemic, like going back to the real world, and then like maybe back to pandemic now.
Yeah.
But like through it all, like we had a really great year of coverage, and I just like looking back like at our old videos and stuff and making the poem, it just put a smile on my face, like seeing like all the fun memories that we shared this year. Not just the 3 of us, but like all of our guests and all of our viewers and patrons and all that stuff. So I'm just feeling the love for the My Weekly Meltdown family.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great poem, and we loved the recap. There were some things I forgot that we covered in 2021 that were in there. So
I know, like, can you believe like the challenge and like Dragula were like this year that
I
we
can
covered?
believe the challenge was this year because it lasted as long as the pandemic has.
It's
For
like
real,
20.
for real.
It's 20. Like this past season was 20 episodes.
Something
There's
like
52
that.
weeks in a year. I just want to point that out.
I saw a tweet from Matt Logori being like, well, with the challenge 37 being over and they haven't filmed a new one yet, like thankfully we at least have like 6 months off of like watching the challenge. So for that, MTV, I am thankful.
Do you know what we get in its place? We get
ridiculousness.
No, that and messiness, but still we get more Teen Mom spinoff shows. And not only do we get a new season of Catfish, a show I'm obsessed with, we get Catfish UK.
Oh,
well, they show what geez, I love it. I love that stuff.
Well,
I would be interested in watching that because, like, go ahead, Beth. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say, if you're going to talk about shows that have way too many spinoffs, Drag Race has Drag Race US, Drag Race Canada, Drag Race UK, Drag Race Thailand, Drag Race España, Drag Race Down Under, Drag Race All Stars, Drag Race All Stars International, and I think that they're doing Korea now, and I think that they're going to do Brazil. I mean, there's so many of them, so it's been a lot. And then Dragula season 4 just wrapped this past week. I won't do any spoilers on that because I know some people haven't watched it yet, but because it was yesterday. But whoo!
Wow,
I heard it was a good season. I don't know any spoilers either, but like just on Twitter and stuff, I've seen that people are pretty like thumbs up on season 4 of Dragula. Right?
It was so good. It was so good. It was a lot of drama. Like, you thought there was drama in season 2. Whoa. Oh, you know what? This cat wants to come out. But before, I'm going to watch. He's going to attack me. This is going to be funny for the show. I'm going to go grab Ajax. He's not going to be happy. And then I'm going to let him go outside, okay? I'm not going to be able to hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, and I just want to say, I mispronounced Pokemon's name. It's Pokemon and 9. So I'm sorry about that, Pokemon. I didn't know. Look at Ajax.
So cute. He's so cute for a cat.
He's
I
not
should say.
purring, which is bad. I'm gonna put him outside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Allison, what's on the agenda for your holiday season?
Hold on. Finley's digging in the cat box. Taking a dump. Okay. Thank you. Couldn't have done that. Had all day. And you pick now. Perfect. What's on the agenda for my holiday? It's Cloud's my grandson's first Christmas.
Yay!
And gonna see him on Christmas Day. He just spent the day over here, and he's probably gonna come over for a little bit on Christmas Eve and play with
Cool.
Grandma because we're giggling and cooing right now, and it's so much fun. He's really getting into kicking his legs and his arms, and he loves it when you kiss his little cheeks, and he tries to kiss you back, and it's so funny because he goes. It's like he's like he looks like a little monkey going.
Aw.
He's so cute. He's my little monkey. So we're just doing that. Not a whole lot. Not going out of town or anything. Just gonna lay low. I got a lot of shows I gotta watch. I got Matrix Resurrections came out today. I gotta watch that.
I do want to see that.
I love how my Amazon deliveries always show up during my show. Also, I've got Cobra Kai season 4. I've got the Book of Boba Fett coming out on Disney. And I saw Spider-Man No Way Home the other day with my son.
Beth, did you see Spider-Man yet? No? Okay. All right. So no spoilers on that.
I really want to. Yeah, please, no spoilers. And actually, even if we had seen it, I would say let's not do spoilers anyway, because there's so many people who haven't.
Oh, yeah. Just.
But I keep hearing just really good things about the movie. So
all I'll say is like my cousin, my cousin Jennifer came up to visit New York, so we saw it together, and my cousin Matt. But she's the one who told me that she said this is in her top 3 Marvel movies of all time.
I'm hearing that from a lot of people. I'm hearing that from a lot of people. It's their all-time favorite MCU movie, which is crazy.
As somebody who is I've only seen like the first Avengers and like that's in Black Panther and I think that's about it. I was like, this is a top 3. Like I feel like I'm missing the Marvel hype, but I'm glad everybody.
Well, here's the thing, Tyler, and maybe Allison can speak on this a little bit. From what I understand, this is a lore-driven movie, so you had to have really watched a lot of the MCU movies to get a lot of why it's good. I could be wrong because I haven't seen it.
Yes, I am missing a lot of context. I will say that, and I got roasted online for questioning Zendaya and Tom Holland's
rightfully so
chemistry.
Shame on you.
I personally I've heard some blind items. Yes, Allison was one of the people roasting.
Also, first person.
I will say I've read some blind items that Zendaya and Tom Holland are like a PR relationship, and that she is maybe like not out yet. And I as somebody who loved Zendaya in Euphoria, watching her kiss a girl on that show, like I felt so much more chemistry there than I did seeing any clips of them two interacting. I don't know, maybe I just again, I'm missing a lot of context here, but
I think what you have to also realize about Zendaya's Mary Jane character is that it's not the popular girl in school. Sure. She's also kind of, an awkward but confident kind of freak in her case. You know what I mean? Like a high school freak, not like an actual freak.
Yeah.
And I think that they play off of that, or they have, at least in the other 2 movies, really well. And so I haven't seen this one, so I can't really comment on it, but I don't know.
All I know is I cried 4 times. 4 times. My son cried. But you have to understand, my son has been obsessed with Spider-Man since he was 3 years old. And this movie was, for him, the ultimate nerdgasm. He loved it. It was just fun. I originally bought tickets to see Spider-Man for us, but he, I gave them to him and his girlfriend, his fiance to go. And late that night, Saturday night, there was an empty seat. No one had bought the seat next to them. And so my son was sad that I wasn't there because I took him to see all the Spider-Man movies, and he ran it by Zoe, and they're like, come on, get that ticket, come see it with us. And I went. And I have to say, I haven't been to a 9:30 movie. And can you imagine?
I cannot imagine that for you.
I'm half pajamas, half clothes, glasses. Just, it was hot as in that theater too. I was like, my God, it's hot in here. But do they cut the air off for the 9 o'clock movies now? What's happening? But we clapped, we cheered, we had a good time. It was so much fun. And Zoe was sitting in between Jacob and I would do that thing when we go, oh my God, and she's just like, but she's like Tyler. She's only seen a couple of movies. She doesn't, she's not all into it, but she loves it because Jacob loves it and she loves his reaction to it.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. So
that's cute.
But not a lot going on. Other than that, with the Christmas, what are you guys going out of town or going anywhere, or what are you doing?
I'm out of town. I'm up at my parents' house right now. I drove up with my brother and my sister-in-law on Friday after work. So we left the city in rush hour at 5, and got here at 11:15 at night. So it really wasn't that bad. And they had sedated their cat, who apparently will normally get sick in the first half an hour. They clean up everything and then she's fine for the rest of the journey. Well, this time they gave her a treat of wet food to put some sedation in it, and she was sedated for most of the journey. And then about an hour left of the journey, she got really sick all over. And it was a whole new reason as to why I need to wear that mask in the car.
Wow.
And so we pulled over and we were able to clear up everything. But it was, it was a journey. But we had a really good time. She was great otherwise. And we've been up here for a couple days now. And I'm officially on vacation until January 5th. So I'm excited about that.
Congrats. There you
Yes.
go.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So I'm going to be up here for Christmas and for New Year's, and just spend some time up here in the North Country and got out of Omicron Central.
Cool.
No.
Yeah,
kidding.
I expect family Christmas selfies from both of you at some point over the next couple of days. But I am headed home to Maryland with Sora tomorrow. So we are just doing a very small, just chill, just family getting together type of thing. And I don't know. I want to make sure that this Christmas is a special one because it's the first one that my mom is having without Honey Mom, who passed away in September. So I really just want to make sure that she's in good spirits for what's probably going to be a tough holiday for her. But and then Tim is going to go to his family in Connecticut. But once we get back, we're flying to Cancun because I'm shooting a destination wedding on December 30th. So I'm very excited about that, and I'll probably be wearing a mask the whole time, and just playing it safe. But I did call the brides in, the wedding is still on. We're just being very, very careful with everything. And then we'll celebrate the New Year's in Cancun, and then fly back to New York on the 1st. So that's our plans. So I'm excited I'm excited for some beach time. I need some sun on these buns.
Sun on these buns. Speaking of which, hey, Matt Henning, he's in the chat, and Brandon Wu. Well, guys, I'm trying to keep up with everything that's going on in the chat. I apologize. There's a lot of going on, talking about hooking up in bathrooms. It's great. We've got some holiday fun. I've come up, I'm not personally responsible for these horrible jokes. I found them on the interwebs. And I'm going to tell some really bad Christmas jokes.
Okay.
All right.
And you guys can't laugh.
Let's see if Tyler and I laugh first. Let's see. I'm the elf.
I had my head thing on, but I had to take it off because it was killing my head. I need any more distractions. You know what I'm saying? Look at you.
Can you guys hear that?
I like the jingling. Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Okay,
you know who you remind me of?
That
you remind me of that mean elf in A Christmas Story who pulls up Ralphie that has the long thing. Let's get going. Let's get going. Hold up the line. Hold up the line. Hold up the line, kid. Yeah, that's it. Who doesn't watch that when it comes on? But anyway, we'll get to that in a second.
It's also on for 24 hours.
I also want to dissect, maybe if we can, a couple of Christmas songs I find incredibly creepy. Okay.
I think we need to talk about our favorite Christmas albums or songs and that kind of thing. But we will get
Yeah.
to that after these jokes. I also have 2 jokes to say too.
Okay. Are you ready?
Okay, let's see
Ready.
who breaks first, Tyler or Beth.
Yeah, I'll see who can. And it's hard for
We
me
have to be
see.
completely stoic. We can't even react
Yeah.
like, oh, nothing like that.
Hold on. Let me move this over. Because I got to have one eye on this and one eye on both of you.
I'll just have the same face that Allison makes whenever I start talking like strategy.
Which is like
Okay,
this.
ready?
Yeah. Oh, F you. Happy. You stop. Okay.
Okay. All right, let's go.
What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations?
I don't know.
Tinselitis.
Yes, Tyler broke first.
It's her delivery. Like Allison's just so funny in everything she says. Tanselitis.
What happened when the snow girl broke up with the snow boy?
What?
She gave him the cold shoulder.
Damn it, that was me. That was me. It's just the shoulder.
Good, Pokey and 9. I'm glad you didn't.
Pokemon, I want you to know that all of us run the account from time to time, when we're in the show.
Yeah. All right,
How
next
does,
one.
How does Christmas Day end?
I don't know.
With a Y. Okay.
I think I won that because Tyler wrote.
Nope.
I only have a couple more and I'm done.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the Grinch's least favorite band?
I don't
The
know.
Who.
That's a good one.
All right.
I like that.
Okay, almost over. Thank God. What do you get when you cross a snowman and a vampire?
This better be a Twilight joke. That's all I have to say.
What?
Frostbite. Frostbite.
Beth is much better at this. I love a good bad joke. So thank you for those, Allison.
Okay.
And Beth, let's hear yours.
Wait, I got 2 more.
Oh, I thought you said
She's not done.
I got 2 more. We're tired on these. I ran these by Zoe and Cloud today.
We got this.
Cloud farted a few times, so I had to take a couple off. What did the ginger man put on his bed?
I don't know.
A cookie sheet. Cookie sheet.
What's making me break is not the joke itself. It's the fact that you did this. A cookie sheet. And in my head, I'm going, stop thinking about it.
Make it through these. Woo. Okay. One more. And this is a doozy.
Oh, she has to
she had
hydrate for it.
She had to have some water.
What do you call a laptop growing on your Christmas tree?
I don't know.
I don't know.
A pineapple.
See, I was
didn't get
thinking
it at
like
first, and then
I was thinking like Dell. I was thinking Apple. Like, but
I was like
okay.
PC. Very nice. Very nice.
People are grading Allison's jokes in the chat.
I didn't write them, man. I didn't write them. They're supposed to be bad. They're supposed to be
Okay.
bad. They were not supposed to be good. Cookie sheet. Cookie sheet.
I've got a couple.
Let's go.
All right.
Hold on.
I'm so yeah. All right. I'm so excited because I gave my wife a refrigerator for Christmas. Do you know why I'm excited?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I can't wait to see her open it.
Allison,
it.
nope, nothing.
I knew it was a bad one. That's why I like it. Okay. This is one that I think. Yeah, you better laugh. No, just kidding. I heard that. Do you guys know who Chad Kroeger is, the lead singer of Nickelback?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fortunately.
So, I learned recently that he is. Well, I knew he was Canadian, but apparently he has done over 50 nativity plays, and he's done them in every state in the United States. He's played every single role imaginable. He's been Joseph, he's been Mary, he's even been the baby Jesus. He's been a shepherd, but he's given it up recently because he never made it as a wise man.
That's a good one.
That makes me cough every time I do that voice.
So I think I won that and Tyler lost.
Why
you
do
did.
I feel
Tyler
like
lost all
Allison
the way
probably like? Why do I feel like Allison probably loves Nickelback? I feel like that's all
Oh, I
for-
hate
for her.
Nickelback. Don't how
You
dare
do?
you.
Wow.
Listen,
Okay. Good.
I'm just
I'm
good at
impressed.
I'm good at two things. I'm good at keeping a straight face and staring contests. Okay.
Oh my
There you go.
gosh. All right, and because this isn't necessarily a Christmas joke, but Star Wars always comes out with movies around Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do
missed
Star
that.
Wars joke.
Uh-oh.
After I die from coughing. What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K for the first time?
May the fourth be with you.
No.
I don't know. What? No.
HDMI.
Huh? What was that?
HDMI.
What does that mean?
HDMI.
HD, comma, am I? Question mark.
Oh,
HDMI.
Nice.
very good.
There we
There you
go.
go. I know we had Dolores ask us what are our favorite Christmas movies.
Okay, hands down. I know this is like a cop out, or whatever, but Home Alone
Don't
1
say
and
Elf.
2, no problem. Like, those are the only movies I have to watch every single year. But I will watch other ones too.
I think I haven't seen Home Alone like maybe since I was a kid. Like that's not one I ever go back to. Also, I have never seen Elf because I really don't like Will Ferrell.
How do
Sorry.
It is such a good. I tell you what I like. Scrooged. You can't beat Bill Murray and Scrooged.
Scrooged. I don't think I've ever even heard of that
alone
movie.
in here? Hello.
Scrooge.
I know
I'm
it's
sorry. I'm with you on Scrooge. You haven't
Christmas
seen
Vacation.
Elf?
I've never seen Elf.
I'm kind of floored by that because even I've seen Elf.
Listen, I have a lot of blind spots when it comes to like movies that everybody has seen.
Oh,
Life,
sorry.
Well,
yes.
yeah, in life too. In
Thank
life
you,
too.
Beth.
But like I've never
Taste?
seen The Nightmare Before Christmas either, because mom wouldn't let
Mhm.
me watch that as a kid.
I've never actually seen that either.
It's not really a
hmm.
Christmas movie.
It's
If
more
you
of a
watch it.
Halloween
It's more
movie,
like
isn't it?
Halloween.
Yeah.
So
Um.
I
Hey.
really like some of my top other
Yeah.
favorites. I like the Santa Claus. I like I do like Elf, but I probably wouldn't put it as like one of my all-time favorites. I like A Christmas Story.
Yes.
I like I used to really like Love Actually. Now I've kind of moved away from that. And I also like four is it Four Christmases? Four or
Oh
four?
yeah, with
Four
Reese
Christmases.
Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn.
Yep.
Bless you.
And
So-
Barbara Streisand, I think, is in that as well.
Thank you. I need to go get some water. I'll be right back. That Chad
Okay.
Kroger impression really got me messed up.
I've got Romero 329. Dominic and I, listen, Christmas Vacation, Bad Santa, Scrooge. Those are great. Bad Santa is just, I'm sorry. Billy
I've never
Bob
seen
Thornton
that one.
is so good. He looks like an anorexic. Well, he's an alcoholic, but he looks like an anorexic crackhead dressed up as like, who in the hell would hire a Santa that's skinnier than a, I mean, it's just insane. It's so good though. It's so good. And it's, I don't know. I just love it. Fun fact, I saw A Christmas Story at the movies when it came out. I saw that in the actual movie theater. I saw Home Alone 1 and 2 at the movies. I actually had never seen Elf until last year. I knew what it was, and I'd seen bits and pieces of it because I actually like Will Ferrell. I just watched him on a show on Apple Plus called The Shrink Next Door with Paul Rudd in it. It's so good. It's so good. It's not, he doesn't play the typical, I mean, it's, check it out if you can.
Yeah.
A Wonderful Life is good. I actually watched A Wonderful Life for the first time, sat through it from beginning to end 2 years ago. Made me cry. So, yeah.
Did you guys know that so Jimmy Stewart, who's the lead actor in It's a Wonderful Life, had served in the military. He had been a successful Hollywood actor. And then he wanted to, in World War II, wanted to fly fighter pilots in the war. And so he quit Hollywood, enlisted, became, I think he was like a lieutenant or something like that. And he did eventually make his way over to Europe, but he like really fought to be like, no, you need to put me over there, because what they were primarily using him for were like propaganda movies to like help recruitment and enlistment happening. And eventually they brought him over to Europe, but they still kind of like protected him a lot. And he was like, no, I want to like be where the fight is. So eventually he was able to see a lot of action. And in one day he lost like 150 people that he knew. And so when he got back, he got the Medal of Honor, but he also filmed It's a Wonderful Life afterwards and had a lot of PTSD, as you can imagine somebody who has seen battle has had. And the scenes where his character is breaking down, a lot of people for a long time thought he was acting, but it's actually theorized that he was really working through his PTSD in those scenes. So it's really makes it more powerful when you go back and watch those episodes or that movie, and you see like those kind of episodes that he's having.
It really does change it.
It really makes it very different. So I think that's really cool. An interesting fact.
Yeah.
It is a fun fact. Also, a fun fact from Allison is, yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. There, said it. People are asking in the chat. I will verify you. It is Allison S. Kelly verified. That is a Christmas movie. I don't care. It takes place on Christmas Eve. I don't know what businesses are having fried ass drunk work parties on Christmas Eve. I guess that's how they turn up in California. But it is a Christmas movie. It takes place on Christmas. It's a great movie.
I'll say like one of my favorites is always Jingle All the Way, which I've seen a few people mention in the chat as well.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I freaking love that movie, and like I've been like craving like a Jingle All the Way like watch like this Christmas. And I'll tell you, my sister texted me yesterday and she said, when you're here, we have to watch Jingle All the Way. And I was like, oh my gosh, like perfect. So I'm saving it to watch it again with her. But it's turbo time. Like I love like every scene, especially when he's like beating up all the Santas in the warehouse that try to
I always
like
think of the parade. That scene.
Yes, yeah. There's so many good scenes. Like even when like the he's trying to like chase that like bouncy ball and like is like fighting that kid for it in the jungle gym and stuff. So many good scenes in that movie, and so that's probably my favorite.
I was working in the movie theater when Jingle All the Way came out, and I can't remember. I think I only saw it that when I was in the theater, but that was because I was checking the theaters while it was playing and keeping kids from making out in the back row. Yeah, that was always fun. Shining the flash. Yeah. Hey, no.
Something's never changed.
Stop it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nowadays, Allison's cheering him on. Hey, move your hand a little bit this. Yeah, that's right. Tilt your head. And you're good. Okay.
If you don't want to
like
knock
the mom
her up,
in
do
Mean
it this
Girls.
way. Oh, God. Listen.
She's like, you want some candles, some pillows? I love y'all.
I am not the mom from Mean Girls. Okay, I am not. What's her name? Amy something.
Amy Poehler.
I'm not Amy Poehler.
You don't have a chihuahua like chewing on your boob while you're just having like
I have
a full-on conversation. Yeah, there you go.
No, honey. What kind of mother do you think I am? Why do you want
to? You can totally get drunk here. Still, as long as you're safe. Here.
Yeah.
You want some of my Kool-Aid? What do you want, a Xanax? A Xannies. He's got Xannies. Okay, anyway.
So I need to shift gears here a little bit because I need to hear. I've been waiting all day. I'm a big Christmas music person. I care about Christmas music more than I do about Christmas movies. And I want to hear what everybody's Christmas favorite songs are, maybe, or your favorite album. For me, the Carpenters' Christmas Portrait album is the best Christmas album from beginning to end. It's the best, and you have to listen to it in order. It's amazing. It's a family tradition, but it's just absolutely fantastic. It's my all-time favorite. But I was surprised to hear in our group chat today that Allison doesn't like Christmas songs.
It's not that I don't like Christmas.
I quote, I don't like Christmas songs.
Okay. Well, that's because I read too much into them because I have issues with some.
I need to hear what your issues are with some of them. Like what are some of the things you're reading into?
Okay, so can I dissect one song? I'm not gonna I don't want to do a whole bunch, but hold on a second. There's so many, but there's
Josh Groban is top 5, but not Carpenter's Christmas Portrait is the best. Elvis.
Okay. Here's one that bothers me. Let me get it up here. Let me find it. Just roll. Just go with it. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Okay. Frosty the Snowman. Okay. I can't sit Snowman when it comes on TV because Chris and I sit there and we take a children's movie and we make it dirty and terrible. Okay, because we're those kind of people. Let's just read some of the lyrics here. I can't go through the whole thing. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corn cob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made of coal. You know, he's a fairy tale. He's made of snow, but the children know he came to life one day. There must have been magic in that old silk hat they found. Okay. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. So some children found a hat and put it on a snowman, and he started dancing around the children. And the children were laughing, and they were playing. They were thump, thumpity, thump, thumpity, thump. Look at Frosty go over the hills of snow. And Frosty knew the sun was hot that day. So he said, let's run. And we'll have fun. Hold on.
I really feel like what we're getting here is
my
Southern preacher, like yelling at people for like liking Harry Potter. Like that's what I'm about to like. That's what I'm. They think that this is how it's not, but this is the work of the devil.
I've been to sermons like that in my life. I can confirm.
I don't know why. I was getting to the best part and my shit just, God dang it.
Aw.
While Allison's looking that up.
Tyler, what is
This
your
is
favorite
bullshit.
album so far?
So
song.
I'm a big Gleek. That is not the first time I've talked about how much I breathe and eat Glee like 24/7. I freaking love that show. But they do some really good Christmas songs, and it's so funny. Like whenever I'm like hearing like Christmas music in like shopping in like a retail store or something like that, I'll be like, wait a minute, this is the Glee version. Like I can specifically point out when it's like the Glee version of a Christmas song. But I really like the song "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and I also really love "Do They Know It's Christmas." I think those are two of my favorites. But I don't really have like a. I mean, like my first band that I like really loved in middle school, Jump 5. They were also my first concert, but they had a Christmas album that I loved as well. So anytime I think of like a specific artist that has like a good Christmas album, like I'm gonna play Jump 5. I'm gonna like really throw it back.
I want to
So
say
that's
that
my
my
answer.
absolute least favorite Christmas song is specifically this recording, but it's Andrea Bocelli, who I normally love, and I love his Christmas album. But on his Christmas album, he has this Italian opera singer, tenor, sings Jingle Bells with the Muppets, and it is the cringiest thing I've ever heard in my life, to the point where I made my brother and sister listen to it on the way up here, and we
Oh
died
my.
laughing. It's bad. But the rest of the album is like super serious, and like he's just like, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the, and then you hear the Muppets go 1, 2, 3, 4, jingle bells. Jingle. Like,
Oh God.
That's disturbing.
It's really
That's a no from me, dog.
It's a no for me too, dog. Oh my God.
Adrian says a Tori Kelly Christmas
Ooh,
album. That's
Tori
probably
Kelly's
really
so
good.
good.
She is good.
All
You
the
know-
Pentatonics albums are good too.
The only thing I will say, I'm not going to read all the lyrics to Frosty the Snowman because my computer won't even let me bring them up. Okay. I think Frosty Snowman's creep, hanging out with some little kids talking about getting married someday and stuff. And I think it's creepy. I think Baby It's Cold Outside is creepy. Makes me think of Roof and All.
Maybe It's Cold Outside needs to be retired.
It's just kind of
That's-
creepy.
yeah.
And Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa's a stalker. And it's very threatening and aggressive. You better not cry. You better not pout. You better
Or what
not.
about what's the one that everybody doesn't like? Santa Baby, is that it?
I don't like
or
Santa
no, it's
Baby.
Can we
or
also
it's
talk
not
about
that one. It's God, what? It's the one that like kind of sounds like like date rape or something. Like it's like he's
Baby,
like
It's
not
Cold
taking no
Outside.
for an. Yes,
Santa
that's it.
Baby.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
the
we're
one.
talking about.
Yeah.
Baby,
Once
it's
again,
cold
Tyler,
outside.
not paying attention.
Just one drink
Jeez.
more.
I know, right?
I gotta slip the
Once again.
roofie in it so you don't.
Yeah,
leave.
exactly.
This is
Yes.
a rape song, but you know, it's just.
I
mean,
like somebody re-recorded it recently, and like she's like, I really can't stay, and he's like, okay, I'll get your coat. Like it's like really,
Like, it doesn't
don't
work.
worry about it. Like you can
it's
leave
better when
anytime
it's
you
rapey.
want.
It's just better when it's rapey.
I'll
My
call
favorite.
you a cab.
I do have a favorite. Yeah, I'll call you. I'll get you an Uber. Don't. Okay. Let me take that drink back. You don't need it.
Another. Go ahead, Allison. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, an album that I mean, speaking of Muppets, when I was a little kid, I enjoyed the hell out of a Muppet Christmas Carol. It was a record that I played on my little record player, and the album folded out, and you could follow it. So I really loved that. Anything with the Muppets and Christmas, that was my thing when I was little, and I enjoy it now. New Kids on the Block, Merry Merry Christmas from 1989 is a classic. A classic. That Jordan
1989.
falsetto.
So Tyler wasn't born yet.
No.
I can't do a falsetto.
I was
but it
1 year
really
old.
good. Y'all weren't alive yet?
I was
What?
born. I was 1 year old.
I wasn't.
Okay. Tyler, you weren't home.
what-
You weren't alive when I was sitting in the movie theater watching Home Alone. Okay, I
No.
get it.
Wait, hold on. Reverse. That's not true, right?
1990.
I was born 1991.
I thought Home Alone came out in 93.
No,
Let me check.
1990. 1990. I was 13.
No, it had to
Got
be
it.
older.
No, because
The
Macaulay
second one
Culkin
comes
was
out the second one comes out a year later, and that's when Talk Boys were a thing. And
No, Allison's right. 1990.
what?
Yeah.
Home
Yeah,
Alone 2
that's
was
crazy.
91?
Let me see. Home Alone 2 was the first one was 1990. Home Alone 2 was 1992.
Oh, so 2 years later. Okay.
Yeah. So I was
Crazy.
born for the second one, but yeah, that is weird. I didn't know that Home Alone was older than I am. That's that makes me feel youthful for once in my 30-year-old life. So
Yeah,
I
My
will take
brother's the same
it.
age as Home Alone then, because he was born in 90.
That's crazy.
Dang.
Wow. That's
Another
nuts.
another Christmas song I love that never gets any love or attention is Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. I never hear anybody talk about it, but I love
I
that
don't know
song.
if I know that one.
It's a bop. It's like Merry Christmas.
It's a
Merry
bop.
Christmas.
Oh
Christmas,
yeah.
da, da,
Merry
da, da.
Christmas. Na, 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 na,
Yeah.
na, na. This year. Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
don't
cute.
know.
It's a good one. It's
You know
fun.
what I like?
What?
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the
That's a good
very
one, too.
next day,
Can
you
I
gave it. It's the
Can I
Wham
tell you what I
version.
did to that
The
song
Wham
yesterday?
version. Oh no!
What?
What?
So in my head, I'm listening to the Wham version. In my head, I'm not actually listening to it, and I'm in the middle of the living room playing my Switch in a chair. My family's all around me, and then you know how there's that one part where he goes, "Merry Christmas." Like he kind of like weirdly whispers it in the middle of the song at one point.
George
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah. So I got to that point and I just went, Merry Christmas. Like out loud. And I happened to look up right at that moment. And Mika just like looked at me and she went, What? And I whispered Merry Christmas. And she was like, Why? And I
Merry Christmas.
That's going. Christmas.
It's so creepy.
Sorry about that. Oh yeah. I can just picture you doing that.
Wait, do
That
you guys
person's
have
going to
any-
have a story to tell for years, maybe on a podcast.
Do you guys have any like funny Christmas stories that have happened to you guys?
Oh my God.
Mm.
Yes.
I do too. I think that would be a good
Okay, wait. So like I grew up like going to church every Sunday, and I
Mhm.
was always like a part of the Christmas like nativity scene or whatever.
Oh, I bet
But-
you were.
But I think I was I forget like I think I was one of the three wise men, but like I think I was in like preschool or something. But
Must have beaten up
apparently
Chad Kroger for that role.
that's when I I discovered my private parts because I was and Mom has it on film. I was scratching myself like the whole time, like it just in front of everybody, and like it didn't have like a single care in the world.
He's just like getting into it. He's like, woo!
I just like had my hand like down my pants, just like scratching
you
myself
singing?
like the whole
Were you singing Joy to the World? Joy
Yes.
to the world.
Last Christmas.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's Mom like still has it on tape somewhere. I always have to ask her every year not to.
I need this
not
to be
not bring it.
unearthed this weekend and sent to me. Just digging around, move around a little. It'll be all right.
You should
Wow.
message her. She would do it for you, Allison.
I'm gonna do it. I've got to.
That reminds me of another really bad Christmas joke. What do you
Do
call two chess champions bragging in a hotel lobby?
Mm.
I don't know anything about chess.
Chestnuts boasting in an open foyer.
Oh my God. That took some real. Oh my.
That's good. I like that.
That's a lot.
But the thought of nuts is what got me there.
What about
have
you guys?
one.
What's some like Christmas stories?
I have one that's old. I may have told this last year on the show. I can't remember, but I may have told y'all. My
I'll
son,
probably have forgotten.
you of course, as expected. Um, the lie. This is we refer to it in my family as the Christmas lie. When my son found out the truth about Santa,
That is
um,
totally real.
it's yeah, he is. But let's just say we're in the Marvel universe and we're in another universe
The
and
multiverse where he
the
doesn't exist.
multiverse, and Santa doesn't exist in this multiverse,
Ooh, that's
but
scary.
children are led to believe that he does. But anyway, I think my son was about 8, and I think he had been on the fence about Santa, and we were in the Wolf Chase Galleria, the mall out here, and I was asking him, you had the lower level had Santa, and above it was the food court, and there was the balcony where you used to sit and eat. And I'm sitting there, we're eating Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, do you want to go see Santa? And he just kind of goes, no. And this was the first year. And I was like, well, why not? And he just kind of he was so serious and dramatic. Like, he was just like, Mom, I need you to, I don't think there's a Santa Claus.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, what do you mean? Of course. He's like, no, I've been hearing the kids talk and stuff. And I just don't think there's a Santa. I mean, how can one man make it everywhere in one night and he's going, and I go, well, there's time zones. That still doesn't make any sense. I mean, he's like, then I'm like, okay, chill out.
You should be a lawyer.
Yeah. And I said, well, you know what? You want to know the truth, Jacob? And he's just like, yeah, I want to know the truth about Santa because I know that's not Santa down there. And I'm like, okay, well, that might be true. I can't, I said, the truth about it is, Jacob, there's 50 Santas, one for each state.
Oh.
That's how he's able to do it. Okay. And each country has their own, and that's how he does it. Like, everyone has their own. No, he just goes, that is a lie. He's like, I don't believe that. He goes, I'm a fool. Like, full-blown drama. I'm a fool. And he even grabs it. I'm a fool. You guys have been laughing at me for 8 years. I'm a joke. Like, there's no Santa Claus. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
Kids around, I'm like, and I'm like, Jacob, just stop it. Just calm down. And he's just like, and he's like, real upset about it.
Oh, poor baby.
And I felt horrible. But we talked about it. And, I come home and Chris is home. And I'm like, we got to have the talk about Santa. And he goes, oh, he knows now? He knows it's not real? And I'm like, thank you. Are you really going to don't help. Stop helping. Stop helping. Stop helping. But, yeah, the Christmas lie about Santa. And I've been told by my son, I'm not going to lie to my son about Santa Claus. If he asks me, I'm going to tell him. I'm like, that's cool, Jacob. You just dropped the mic on me. You can do whatever you want. But let me tell you something. When your little kid is in kindergarten and he finds out there's no Santa and he goes running off and telling the other kids, you better be prepared for that parade of Janet, Linda's, and Karen's that are going to be coming for your ass.
Yep.
That should motivate you a little bit.
I've heard of Karen's and Linda's, but never Janet's.
There's tons of Janets.
Yeah,
Janet's.
What's the difference between a Janet and a Karen, especially around the holidays?
Well, Karen is just the supreme being,
right?
The everything.
She's the Regina George of the Karen.
Janet is her sister, who just wants to be her
in the shadow.
She's in the shadow. She wants to be her so bad, but everyone calls her out, and pretty much beats up on, shut the fuck up, Janet. You're not Karen. Okay.
So she's like she's the Gretchen Wieners.
She's a Gretchen Wieners. Right.
Oh,
she's Jan. That's where it kind of comes from. She's like the middle child. And Linda's just a bitch who tags along just to be a bitch. Because when she's
Janet
on her own,
instigator, or sorry, not Janet. Sorry, Linda's more of an instigator.
Because you get Linda alone, she's got nothing to say all of a sudden. Oh, you got something to say, Linda? Where's Janet? Where's Karen? That's right. Loser, Linda. You put the L in loser. Right? There you go.
The other one is
Ay,
Mary,
ay, ay.
and my mom's name is Mary, but you'll hear that all the time, especially in the gay community. Like, okay, Mary.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
never
yeah.
heard that, but I'm a bad
Oh,
gay,
really?
so I don't know
Well,
these
that's
things.
true.
Yeah,
You're only gay in terms of like your sexuality, but not the culture. I get it. Like,
exactly. I'm
My
like one
sister,
of those.
my sister-in-law used to work with a Janet a couple of years ago, and she was a bitch. And it was like, okay, Janet. She's like, you never believe what Janet said. And I would always go, yeah, you should just look at her and go, okay, Janet.
oh man.
Oh, go ahead, Beth.
I was just gonna say, do you have a story, Tyler, that you want to share?
Except for me scratching my balls in front of everybody at church.
That's a good one.
If not, I've got one.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
go ahead, Beth.
Get some water for this.
So my brother and I
Hey,
were
Christmas.
probably around like 11, 9, 12, or 10, that kind of area. And so I had set an alarm to get up early to go see the presents, all that kind of stuff. Because even if, you know, like when you're that age, you're still excited about presents, regardless of what
Yeah.
your belief system is at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I set up my alarm for like 6 a.m. or 5:30 or something like that.
Dude, I
And
was up at 2:30.
Oh, that was not allowed in my household. That was still Santa is delivering presents. You better get your ass back to bed and be asleep. But and that was here at this house. I mean, back at the time, it was more of a winterized like lake cabin than it was like a proper house. And so we had bunk beds upstairs, and I was up on the top bunk, Chris was on the top bunk, I was on the bottom bunk. And so I set an alarm, or Chris set the alarm, and he jumps down from the top bunk and goes, "Wake up, dear sister. It's Christmas, the most wonderful day of the year. Come out of your bed and let's see what Santa Claus brought." And he's doing this because he knows I want to sleep. So
Yeah.
I got this wrong already, but he's the one that got excited. He's going, "Come on, wake up, blah, blah, blah." He skips out into the hallway and he's still going, "Come on, like Beth, wake up." And then all of a sudden I hear,
Oh,
he
no.
fell down the stairs.
That's karma.
And like we have like a wall a couple feet at the bottom of the stairs, and I hear bam, and he smashed right into the wall. And then I just hear, "Oh." And then
That's Christmas karma.
and then a couple minutes later, he comes back up the stairs and he climbs up the ladder back into the top bunk, and he goes, "I don't like Christmas anymore." And I get out of my bed and I go, "Wake up, dear brother. Fall out of your bed. It's Christmas."
We're down the stairs. Your choice.
So we have that one. And then
Nice.
I was also convinced in this house, we're like in the western part of the Adirondack Park. So this is, I'm surrounded by pine trees full of snow. It's really picturesque. And I remember my cousin and I were sleeping in the bedroom upstairs, and we had two like twin beds next to each other. And we were convinced that the sound of ice falling off the roof was Santa and the reindeer like landing on the roof. And so we looked at each other and went, "Oh, we have to go to sleep or else he's not going to come down the chimney."
Yeah.
And
he's going to know if your ass ain't asleep.
I'm surprised he landed, to be honest with you. So those are like, we have some good. Oh, and the one with my brother, a few hours later when we were up, my grandmother literally goes, "Boy, did you hear the ice fall off the roof around 6 o'clock this morning?" I go, "Yeah, that's Chris falling down the stairs."
That's cute.
Oh my God. Falling down the stairs. He didn't break anything?
Not that time. He broke his arm. One time, my brother broke his arm when he was riding his bike. And I was in the process of putting on my rollerblades, which meant that I had to put on knee pads, elbow pads, my helmet, everything, right? Because I was in shin guards. I was real protective. And he fell and broke his arm. And he's going, "Beth, go get Mom and Dad." And I'm going, "Hold on. I got to get my elbow pads on."
Oh my God. I have to be safe.
And then I just kind of like, I just thought he was being like, dramatic or whatever. And I went to the door and I was like, "Dad, Chris is crying and he can't get off the ground because he's hurt." And so Dad comes running out and he goes, "Is he going to get sick?" And I was like, I don't know. He's like, hurt, whatever. So I think my dad was trying to figure out, like, if you break your arm, sometimes you get nauseous because you might get sick to your stomach. So he was trying to figure out if my brother was sick. So he comes out and his arm is swollen. And my dad goes, let's just put some ice on that and see what happens. So he goes up and he's laying in my parents' bed watching TV, just kind of going, and he's got ice on it. And I go up and I'm such a bitch. And I went up and I went, does this hurt? And I was like,
Beth.
That's
then
terrible.
I didn't know it was broken. And then they brought him to the hospital and they're like, he needs surgery. And so he had to get surgery. His bone was like up like this, like mounded, and like he had tree branch fracture. And so I felt awful.
I've never broken a bone in my body.
I haven't either. Well, maybe like a toe or something.
I've broken fingers. I've broken toes. I've broken a wrist. Oh, here's a funny Christmas story. You can see it on YouTube. I have it saved in one of the folders. The 9 years ago.
Waffle House fight.
No, that didn't happen during the holidays. That was just.
Is that on YouTube? And is that where you broke your wrist and your foot and all that?
No, I broke
in
my
the Waffle
wrist
House fight.
sliding. Was at a Christmas party 9 years ago, and I wasn't drinking or anything. I was hanging with a DJ. It was in this big house, and I was hanging out with the kids, the teenagers, the young kids, and we were dancing and we were having a good time while the parents were getting drunk, and it was just great. And I had on this cute little green dress and pantyhose and my black boots, and we were like, this floor is amazing. This wood floor is so shiny and shit. Let's just slide across this sumbitch. Like, this is fun. So all the kids were taking our shoes on. We're sliding Allison's in freaking pantyhose, which I don't recommend ever doing this in pantyhose. Okay? I went running, and I went flying up into the air and came crashing down on my right wrist and broke it. Not a sober person at the party to drive me anywhere. I had to drive myself to Rite Aid to get a splint and stuff because I couldn't go.
Oh, no.
I wasn't going to go to the emergency room and pay that shit. I was going to wait and go to the doctor on Monday because I suffered all fucking weekend. Trust me. And I had two grown-ass people, one whose mother was a nurse. My mother was a nurse, but I never paid attention to anything she said. The good girl that was drunk was like, yeah, my mom was a nurse. I'll totally ride with you. Come on. And her boyfriend came. He's passing in and out of consciousness in the car. I'm driving like this. I've got this drunk guy's tie around me like I've got a sling. And I'm driving to get it to Rite Aid. I got these two following me just like zombies, talking about, ooh, I need some snacks. Where's the Doritos? Where's the cheesy balls? And I'm like at the counter going, okay, I need to talk to the pharmacy. Is this like broke to you?
And
the guy was like, that looks, you've torn ligaments. I could tell that much. And that's bad. And I'm like, I'm just going to tough it out to go to the doctor on Monday. What do I do? He said, pray, take Tylenol, and you can put it in one of these things. But once you get it in there, don't take it out. So I ended up going to the doctor. One guy had his phone out, filmed the whole thing. And the funniest part about it, the song You Dropped the Bomb on Me by the Gap Band was playing in the background. And as soon as I hit the ground, you heard, you dropped the bomb on me. Baby, you dropped the bomb on me. And I get up and I try to act like nothing happened. And I'm running out of the room on my tiptoes. And I immediately went around the corner and slid down the wall. And I was holding it because I could feel the adrenaline shoot up my back.
Oh.
And I had all these drunk people, hey, listen, I'm going to get something out of the refrigerator. I'm going to throw some peas on it. And I'm like, don't touch me.
Oh, my God.
Touch me. Nobody touch me. Leave me alone.
That's a good impression of a drunk person.
The children knew what to do more than they did.
Oh, I'm sure.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Fun times.
Oh, my God.
That's what pantyhose and a slick floor. Two don't mix.
So I want to ask everybody in the chat. We want to hear what you guys say too. But to close this out, I want to hear what our New Year's resolutions are for 2022, because this is our probably our last show of the year. So I want us to make some predictions and goals for for us personally for the new year. If y'all need a minute to think, I can start.
Yeah, why don't you start? Why don't you go ahead?
Okay, so Tim and I love this like ramen place like down the street, and they have really good sesame chicken, but it's like a like for me very spicy. And so like I've been like ordering it a few times and like trying to like conquer the spiciness of it all. So I think like I in 2022 I want to get more comfy with eating spicy foods and like increasing my literally non-existent tolerance for spicy food. I also want to learn more about like stocks and Bitcoin and start investing in like retirement stuff. You know, now that I'm 30, I need to start like thinking about these things.
You're so old, Tyler.
No, but
Listen,
it's true. The younger
It
you
is.
start with your retirement savings, the better dividends you're going to have. So,
I started
Yeah.
my 401k at 24 and I'm 45.
yep.
Oh,
I
there you
started
go.
mine at 23. So, well, mine was
Well,
a 403b, but still.
So yeah, I want to start like thinking about that stuff, and
Even if it's
yep.
$25 a paycheck or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, get it.
Yeah,
back
well,
on.
I was just talking to Tim. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cancel my Equinox gym membership because it's just like way too expensive for what it is, and I take like
Mhm.
separate workout classes on top of that anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can like nix my Equinox membership and maybe like put that money towards like just like retirement, like monthly and stuff like that. So so just want to start like thinking about, you know, like for these past few years, like it's been more about like transitioning to like to doing my photo stuff full time and just kind of like staying above water, like building up that stuff. But now I'm like
Yeah.
more consistently like seeing that like I'm gonna have a full year every year type of thing. Like I'm like the imposter syndrome is like less so these days. So like I need to start thinking about like, okay, like not just thinking about like saving money in the moment for myself and for the year, but also like, you know, what's like 70-year-old Tyler gonna do? Probably not shooting weddings. So just like thinking about like those things and where my future's headed. So that's my 2 years resolutions. Of course, on top of like eating better, working out, all of the usual stuff, spicy food, and learning about like investment stuff. So that's mine.
I don't normally do resolutions. Instead, I just try to reflect upon like what are the things that I feel like I need to learn or grow.
Sure.
And I have been working with a dietitian for the past month and a half, and so I plan on continuing to work with her on, you know, practices and things that could make, you know, my life healthier and make my habits, you know, longer lasting. And I'm excited for that. I have noticed while I've been up here, I haven't been as bad about like sneaking food or anything. Like I normally felt the pressure to be at this time of year, like, oh, no one else is having a cookie right now, but I want one. So I'm just going to go get, and like, I genuinely don't need it right now because of some of the things I've been able to work with her. So I really feel like 2022 is going to be the year that help me get back into a healthier lifestyle. And obviously with that, I would love to lose some weight and get into better shape, but those are going to be after effects of the things that I'm going to do to make myself healthier. So that is what I'm excited for. And I want to explore things in New York City, COVID permitting, to help expand my social circles and like the activities I do outside of just being at my computer all day. So I've been thinking about board games, improv classes, community bands or choirs, that kind of thing. Just seeing what can I do in New York, and enjoy the area and the space that I'm in.
There you go.
Oh man, I don't even know. What I would like what I aim to do, I don't really think of it as a New Year's resolution. It's just I know that January restarts the whole year and it's a good time to start. But yeah, fuck it, I guess it is a resolution. But I'm gonna say yes to things more than saying no. If
I like that for you.
I'm gonna try to take more risks. I'm gonna try to be more motivated and think outside the box and be a little more adventurous. I'm going to be 45 in February, and I've got my little grandson, and he and I are going to kill it in 2022. We're already killing it now, and he's 6 weeks, 7 weeks old. And I want to be, I've been the best example I can be for my son. And I really want to improve, and be even better for my little Cloud Lucas, because he's very important to me. And I just want to be a great grandma and, like I said, say yes to things instead of no, get out of my comfort zone. Um,
Come to New York.
yeah, I want to COVID permitting. I would love to make it to New York before 2022 is over. I think that would be amazing. I would definitely be out of my comfort zone. And continue to the last part of this year. I have really, for the first time in my life, put up real honest to God boundaries with people. And I have to say, the improvement in my other relationship have benefited immensely. And it has improved
Really
my
proud of you for that.
marriage. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very,
It's tough.
I will say, anyone who's afraid to build boundaries, you always feel guilty at first and you always second guess and question it. Just stay strong and stick to it. And I promise you, the people that belong in your life will stick with you, and it's worth it. And you will notice those other people have not evolved or changed. And you'll look back and go, I'm glad I only go so far with that person.
Yeah.
Because having them actually out of my space has helped a lot, and I don't need that shit anymore. So that's just going to continue to do that and be more positive. And
There
I
you
don't
go.
know.
Just to manifest what people are saying in the chat for their New Year's resolutions. Pokemon says he wants to try to be happier in life. Sam Higdon says he wants to get a girlfriend, go on BB Can, and watch every season of The Real World. That's a pretty big.
That's
undertaking.
great.
That's a lot of episodes. Let me see. Caitlin Weaver says I want to try to eat more spicy foods, but my geographic / fissured tongue won't let me. And my dad has a fissured tongue as well. And
What is that?
Adrian
What is
says,
a fissured tongue?
it's like when your tongue has like lots of like cracks in it. So I think like underneath the cracks, it's like more sensitive to spicy foods and stuff like that. Adrian says his New Year's resolution is hopefully reality TV is going to be better with their casting and uses of themes and twists. So yeah, so that's
and then there's also some other ones too. And then Adrian also said, I'm here. Here's what I'm hoping for a New Year's resolution for one of y'all. I hope there's a ring around that finger, Tyler. I don't know.
Yeah,
talking about this in chat.
Yeah, so I said in the chat that like my sister's getting married next year, so I want the spotlight to like be all on her, and she I want her to like have that moment for herself. And like Tim and I aren't on any kind of like biological timeline or anything, so like I'm of the mindset of like if they're truly the one, then like what's the rush? Like they're not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
We still got some time before we start thinking of that, but that's definitely in our future at some point.
Pokemon also says, I'm not going to be so mean online, which we love to see that kind of growth.
I think Twitter needs that New Year's resolution.
Yeah. Dolores says, Allison, your New Year's resolution should be to babysit every night.
Ooh,
hey, listen,
there you go.
I got plans for New Year's Eve. I got a date. He's 22 inches long and a blonde, and he's got blue eyes, and he's a little handsome devil. And his favorite word right now is ooh, ah. And he loves kisses. He loves kisses, and he loves little elephant. He loves elephants. He loves some freaking elephants. And his name's Cloud Lucas, and we're going to watch.
Love elephants.
I've got these two that rattle, and I rub them on his cheeks, and he loses his mind. So tonight, I let him take one home. And I said, every time you come see Grandma, you bring your elephant and I'll get my elephant out. It'll be like best friend necklace.
Oh, that's
and
so cute.
Reunite him. But we've got to name him, but we're not going to name him till you can talk. And so you can name yours.
That's
and I'll
cute.
name mine. And he just went, and I was like, I'll take that fart as a 10-4.
I love that.
Yep. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it, unless you guys had anything else to share before we hop on off of here for the last time in 2021.
No, I just want to say once again, like you said at the top of the show, Tyler, I'm so thankful for both of you and the show and all the wonderful people in our chat and others that watch our show and listen to our podcast. Thank you all for your support, and for our patrons especially. Thank you so much for all you do to support our show and our content. And we can't wait to see you in 2022. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful holiday season, whether you celebrate or not, with your friends and family and loved ones. And then hopefully everybody stays safe and healthy as well. Please keep COVID in mind, wear a mask, get boosted if you can, or get vaccinated if you haven't already.
All right.
Yeah,
And I think when we come back in January, I think Tyler and I are still we've got to catch up on the Real World Homecoming Los Angeles and the Challenge All-Stars on Paramount Plus season 2.
I did see Adrian ask this earlier. I am covering Dragula finale with Aman and Jeremy for RHAP next week. So it'll be out next week.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, that is
and also like we don't have like Survivor Big Brother in January. The three of us talked and we want to do some more like off topic, like fun, like brand steals or like Patreon exclusive shows. So just be on the lookout for us announcing some stuff in the new year. We want to let loose and have some fun in January and really kick off the new year. Just giggling and seeing who survives the Hunger Games and
ringing that bell.
Speaking of that, sorry about your loss today, Beth, on your Hunger Games game.
It was.
I went on Twitter and it was like, unfortunately, Beth was
already really weak.
Yeah, she was super weak, and she was stabbed in the back by somebody. And I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's the Hunger Games simulator."
Oh man, what? You're like, what happened to? Oh, it's a fake thing. Okay.
Yeah. Well, my first thought was like, "Wow, she's like famous enough to like get like this coverage on Twitter about her loss." But
and then you haven't even been informed as like a friend that I
went through a whole roller coaster.
Is Beth dead? Who do we
My
contact?
first thought was like, wow, good for her internet fame. Okay.
I love that Tyler's first thought is, oh no, not like, oh my God, I can't believe Beth died. It's more, wow, good for her for having enough of a like fan base online that people did this.
Listen, everybody wants to be us. Like, I don't know how else to put it, you know?
Look, if you want to be me, I'll give you the number of my therapist. Okay. You change your mind real quick.
I'll give you
Yeah. God bless. Really?
I'll give you the number to all the doctors that I have to see for various things.
This is a mess, right? This is a lot of therapy and medication and going to the doctors. And Tyler, that's just a thing in
Tyler's
itself.
a part of that.
Yeah, I am absolutely a part of that.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in 2022. Have a great holiday and great rest of the year, and celebrate responsibly. All that fun stuff. And we love you. See ya. Have a good one. Bye.